last time on this story, everyone got their shit kicked in by some statues. Except for Red. I think Red did okay. And Red and the gang used their powers of looking at things to overcome the angels and secure the keys. Lycan took a lot of damage and had his hit dice stolen. But they unlocked the door after a brief short rest and came across a hallway full of eyeballs. And a pit and a spooky door, a spooky cheetah statue, and some spooky foes within. And so they thought very hard about how to overcome these challenges. They turned Vorgan into a T-Rex, sent him over there with a vortex warp. Big brain play. Vorgan had the brain of a T-Rex, however, and tried to come back. And he triggered some traps, and we covered ourselves in darkness, and it didn't work because Fang could still see us. He laughed at us, thought we were funny. Bada bing, bada boom, we end up in another fight. Some people get shoved down the anti-magic well over here, pit. Red tries to use some spells to get a push in on Fang. Is unsuccessful due to the wizarding dudes and their counter spells, among other things. Slowly, we lose a few people to the pit, and other people have made their way through, and they were fighting two sentinel paragons, zombie dudes serving Mistra. They seem to be working. Once serving Mistra, they seem to now be under Fang's control, maybe because of his power or because he's got some magical artifacts in his hands. We fought our way through. Lycan tried to stun him, failed. Now his bitch ass is stunned on the ground, dying. Darren is also dying. Red's not looking too great. The rest of the gang are slowly heading their way forwards. And Fang, I don't think, has been hit at all. Well, he got hit briefly by one of the sickening radiances, I think.
He is slightly injured, but he's not close to wounded.
He got magic missiled.
Correct.
That's right. What will happen next? Find out now. Kalor's turn. Boom.
Yeah, have your inspiration, Lycan. Yeah. And Kalor, it'll start us off as noted.
Yep, okay. I'll just start my way up here. I can't.
It might be the lighting there, yep.
Yeah. Hang on. Actually, before I step into the room itself, I'll shoot Seraphine.
Okay.
Oh. Hey, okay, that's a good sign. That's a good sign, right, guys?
Quite a good sign. Natural 20. Good way to start it off.
Nice.
Alright. Damage is applied, 19. Still only wounded. That will certainly not connect to targeting Seraphine. So it's right into its shield. Additional movement or holding there?
Yeah, I'll hold there.
Alright. Mark down one more of that concentration. At the end of your turn, before red, Fang will go. Seeing the opportunity at a wounded and near death's door Darren, and go blasting using one legendary action to use a cantrip, targeting him with Eldritch Blast. 3 shots. Nat 1 will certainly not do it. A 2 will certainly not do it. A 3 will certainly not do it. That'll be the end of his legendary action.
Okay, this is
Um,
a
That's
it's
good. A good
awfully
sign
good
for
sign.
good sign for the party so far. Well, with that
It's
red
still gonna
reaction
put
is
crushing
back,
down
and it's
second
your
half.
go.
Still gonna come crushing
I'm
down.
gonna Misty Step so I don't get attacked by Seraphine because I think
Let's see.
that person hits hard.
I think teleport's still banned.
No, I used it before.
It seems to work in this area.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
never mind then.
You're good.
You just said Vortex Warp with a big brain move, and you're like, but it's banned.
Right, sorry.
Grab here. Shall they? Fang will use a reaction to respond. Will you respond to his response? Because he's gonna try to counterspell laughing to try to keep you there.
I don't have any spell slots.
Fair enough. Then he will counter
Ecclesis also has none.
using his reaction.
Okay. I will move anyway then.
Sure. It will get his reaction.
Yep.
Let's see. That will be blackened longsword. That is a 26 to connect.
My armor class should be higher. I should be blade singing. So I will shield myself.
Okay.
Running out of slots. Okay. Then, I will booming blade this guy.
Heard.
Let me put myself behind him, like there, right next to the portal.
Okay. 20 will just miss currently.
Oh. Okay, second attack. No. Alright. That's my turn.
Heard. End of turn. He is gonna give into his arrogant nature and take the disadvantage, but still try to finish off Darren. As he is frustrated he missed so poorly a second ago. So it'll be disadvantage. A natural 20 down to a 13 will not connect. A 25 with getting up his 26 will connect. The third attack will miss, so one will hit. And direction is expended. He doesn't have anything to help him here. Darren goes unconscious. And it will go to Paragon. She will regain her reaction. Start of her turn. 1d6. She will get extra force damage. Advantage. She will fight Veros with two Chaos Blades and a Blade of the Shifting Veil. That is a miss. 31 connecting and a crit. So that's going to turn the extra 2d10 into a 4d10. So we total 6d10 additional damage. And that turns into force damage. That's all force damage. So, gonna need to get the good old calculator real quick. His brain ain't math and all that. Six, 25. 110 damage total. With her attacks, putting it into the wounded condition, but not staggering. And then that is going to be for the first damage. That would have came out to be 25 plus 11. So 36 would be a DC 18. And then that is 38 plus 36. 74. And then passable DC 37. So he will lose his hold on Darren. Any concentration. That will end her turn as well. Vorgan is still in initiative, making his way back up from falling down below. But that is going to take some time. Fang will regain his legendaries and his reaction. He'll look towards red. Grab here. He will take out a blade. With an open hand. And attempt to strike you with it. You will notice that this blade is twisted with necrotic energy, an obsidian forged blade, arcane runes pulse. Something from the arsenal behind the door, presumably. So 2, 6. And roll normal. That is a 21. That will not connect because you're shielded until the start of your next turn, so you're at 29, correct?
Yes.
Okay, heard. Then let's see here. That was one attack. I used the claw instead. Nope. He will still commit to the blade attack. That is a 30 non-natural.
Okay.
Will be 15 piercing damage and a 3 of necrotic damage for a total of 18. Now, as soon as you enter the wounded condition from that blade, it will immediately emit a red aura as if you kind of just feeling this thirst coming from the blade. As there is now a wounded creature nearby. Yep, a red aura for red. That would be the end of his turn. As it
That's
will
how
go
I
to
die.
E.
Oh, that's me.
That is
Okay,
you. That is you.
A couple of questions about Quinn's character. He's got all these bars with like 1 total on the side. Is this like just can he do any of these free, or can he only do 1 of all of these?
I believe with his abilities, those are 1 for free that cannot be used again afterwards. Sort of items from his items. It should be 1 time.
What's this 90 HP thing? Is that related to his cure wounds?
That's related to his maximum HP. In case his
Oh, okay.
HP maximum is decreased in any way, he could track it that way.
Okay. Doesn't look like he can do much other than Eldritch Blast. What's the range on Eldritch Blast?
120 normally.
How many can he do? Just 3?
Correct. For his level, it is 3.
Not gonna.
But you had your charisma and you can push people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if pushing's super helpful. I mean, can I push people into walls and give them more damage? Is that a thing?
There's a big pit nearby.
Sometimes in Rule of Cool, but you mechanically no. But pushing them away, like you can get them away from Darren in order to avoid maybe them trying to finish him off. If you go forwards, you can try repositioning to push the one off of Versa. Otherwise, targeting Fang, you could just go for damage. There isn't any like effect or things like that right now that you could guarantee enough movement.
How far does the push them? Does it just
Up
push
to
them
10
5 feet, or does it?
Up to 10.
Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it. So if I push them to the pit, then that pushes them towards the other allies.
Right, you have to guarantee
three-
that you push him far enough into the pit in that single turn to avoid your allies.
It's 10 feet per beam, so if you hit someone 3 times, you get push them 30 feet, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but the pit's like double that away.
But let me double check
I don't think I
again.
can get behind them in 1 turn anyway.
Yeah. Quinn's.
So I don't know how Offers. I don't think
He's
Offers
high
got
enough
any
on
range
sorcery.
attacks. Tyve's got the bow, so Tyve probably just hang out here and snipe them anyway.
Yep.
My concern is like I want to. Do I focus this person and then everyone's free to fight Fang, or do I? Actually, yeah, I'll do that. I'll focus this person. I'm not going to move Ecclesias. Ecclesias, I think's pretty good here. If I move him into the room, I don't know how.
If he had the
But that
sorcery
is- he's-
points, he could have got Seraphine to 60, but he doesn't have any left because he could have quicken spell an extra Eldritch Blast, but he's already done so.
Okay, I think. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. I move there,
Heard.
and I Eldritch Blast all 3 on this fucker.
Heard.
Like, the curse of me rolling the dice.
It seems to rub off. It's not just the sheet. Now we know. Okay. Let's see.
It's the second one hit.
Second one will not connect, sadly.
Jesus. Well,
That'll do it. Let's see. End of turn.
does his cloak thing happen automatically, or does he have to announce that?
No. Cloak refreshes at the start of his turn. So he's back to disadvantage to be targeted. Unless the
Okay.
creature can't see through illusions.
Which Fang can. Fuck. Will you let me undo that movement, or is it too late?
I'll allow it. You're not used to the character, so it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I think he was here. Or was he one back?
I mean,
I think
the
he was here.
upside to him being where he was, though, is that even if he were to get knocked back by Fang, he wouldn't fall into the pit if he gets unconscious while being knocked back.
I guess he's flying anyway. I guess he doesn't have a lot of health. Alright, I'll move him back there then.
Okay.
Was he
'Cause
here or was he here?
He's perfectly fine right there. He's in the air, so the melee creatures probably can't reach him unless they're using some sort of limited spell usage, because their weapons don't seem to contain that reach currently. But that'll be end of turn. At said end of
Yep.
turn, Fang will use 2 legendary actions to make an attack with the blade. A 26 will not hit the shield, as it keeps you up and stable. But you do notice it seems as though the blade has unnatural precision that it didn't have a moment ago until you entered the wounding condition red. At the end of that legendary action, it will go to Darren. Darren's going to whisper a death save. Noted. Lycan, I shall have you do me the same. Sure you are whisper. Perfect. And you can note that for me. Seraphine regains reaction. I think they're finally gonna pop one of these off. She will look towards Darren. For a moment, it seems as though she's raising her blade to kind of give a final strike. And there's just kind of hesitation. And instead, it seems to do an alternative option instead. Whether or not it found a more crueler option to do, or it actually hesitated from killing him, is questionable at best. Let's see. Here will
Not row.
still actually hit Darren, so it's gonna still be showing somewhat of lethality, but yeah, we'll just miss Tive because they would not try to hit Veros with the effect. That is going to be a dexterity saving throw as it uses its 1 Hellfire Orb. So all that are within, give a dex save.
Is it
That would
at
hit E in the
advantage
air.
because of the cloak? Or does that not matter?
Only for attacks have disadvantage. Cloak does not give advantage on dex saves. Just disadvantage on
Gotcha.
attacks against.
I'm guessing that's not a flash of genius symbol.
Let me see what your result was. And 11, no. 11 will, up to a 16 will not be enough. And off a dex save. Evasion will go through, so he'll still take half, even though he failed. That is going to be a nasty. Sorry, for reference, like in you rolling as E succeeded at 19. So for those that have failed, Paragon also needs to roll. 1 second. She succeeded. So it is 33 fire damage or 16 at half. And it is 31 necrotic or 15 at half for a total of 64 damage or
I'm down.
31. Let's see.
I'm counting this temp HP on Ecclesias's sheet as being there, even though it's not on his token. I don't know if he was keeping track of it on his token.
He might have instead of on the green, instead of the green. For
Yeah.
simplicity's sake, because I'm able to confirm with him at the moment. I'm gonna say that that is for the sake of it.
Yeah, because that'll put him at 1 HP.
That's perfectly fine. And then that is 15, 16, 31. Paragon's a little bit more injured. Alpha still takes 31. 31 to Alpha will put him just outside of wounded. And then Calor, your concentration had also dropped, and that was for the
Haste on
haste.
Darren.
Yeah, so
No, nothing
it's a
of value
null
is lost.
null anyway. Yep. All
I
right.
was wondering if I should bring it up, but like,
Token that. Nope, you're good. It's a numb sum loss there. With that, as its action, it will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 make its way over towards red to protect Fang. Dira is making her way back up, but it's taking its time. Alpha will go. He'll do his normal slippery tactic and administer a potion. And then, let's see. You have... Do you have any potions on you, Kalor?
no.
Okay, so he'll use his own. He was going to try to pickpocket you and heal you with your own potion before using his, but if you didn't have one, he will use a charge of his own. That is going to be for 30 health.
Oh damn. Okay.
He'll use his bonus action to pull you up from being prone. That will leave you in the wounded condition, as he'll kind of say, "Don't have too many left of those." And then he's going to move right back to the wall, but a little bit further than he was before, because he thought the wall was safe. The wall was not safe. The wall was pain. And that's going to be him. Veros will try to return the favor towards Paragon. Let's see. That should be... one. Those are going to hit all 3 times. She doesn't have anything as a reaction here to stop that. So that is going to be 32 up here. She's resistant to the force damage that he's dealing though, so that is something notable. Okay. So that's 27 instead. 18, 45 total. 5 brings up to 50, plus 22 is 72 total damage to Paragon. That's going to bring her down into the wounded condition for the first time. As these two mighty warriors are going back and back, trading hundreds of damage of blows to one another. Tive, the little thumbs up guy Tive, is gonna peek around the corner. He's gonna shoot his little longbow, targeting Seraphine to try to put her down before he get to red. As Kalor's hero will take his shots. A 30 non-natural will hit and a 29 non-natural will hit. Seraphine. That is 15 plus 14 for 29 damage. That puts Seraphine staggering. As that will go. Kalor, top of the turn order. Seraphine gaining on red, Lycan, and Darian down. You just got back up only thanks to Alpha, and Clash of the Titans just to the left of you is going on as he is
I'm
on
just
this
seeing the
door.
shockwaves.
Yeah.
Just seeing the
Just,
shockwaves.
yep.
Okay.
do.
I'm gonna quickly catch agility.
Okay.
Make my way back here. Use my last level 3 spell slot to Aura Vitality.
Heard.
Oh, and that. Yeah, this little. Oh, hand. Wrong one.
Good.
Yeah, that way. There we go.
You're good.
Aura Vitality. And then, how big is it? 30? Yeah, just didn't want to risk myself getting counterspelled.
Nope.
Go
that's
back
a
here.
perfectly good idea. I do a radius for you so you can see that effect for targets. There you go.
Darren. Bonus action
Darren.
heal Darren, and for 6. Since I already
Noted.
rolled that.
Yep. That'll get him conscious. And then with that, let's see. That'll be end of turn.
Yeah, that'll be end of turn.
Heard. At the end of turn, disadvantage. Last legendary to do his cantrip of Eldritch Blast. Targeting you, red, disadvantage. Blast. Disav. Not gonna hit against shield. Not gonna get hit against shield. Negative against shield. And you know he's more than capable of waiting, but you can get that feeling of his devilish impatience shining in as he still tries to hit you past the shield, believing he's more than confident that he's more than capable, but does not succeed thanks to the disadvantage. Otherwise, he may have connected. With that, red, it'll go to you. Reaction is back. Shield is down.
What do we remember about this portal? Does he not want to go through it?
No, it's the Paragon and
But does he have some
I'm
item
trying to-
that lets him go through it?
presumably. He's been observing and kind of collecting one by one. He's kind of collected all of his trinkets and put them that he has and put them on himself that he's been able to take with him. But he does seem to have something in his possession or something upon him that allows him to pass safely. Because it seems Faringal, he doesn't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. He doesn't want a champion going anywhere close to that door. But if there was some damaging effect that would happen when you go across, you would know that Fang, at the very least, would survive it, because he might have whatever item is necessary to do so on him.
Is there a
But
way
it
of
is a
closing
large
the portal?
reddish mist.
It's not like a door. It's not. It's like a portal. It's
It's-
not like a door.
No, it is like a door more than a portal. It doesn't appear to be a gate in that mind of things. It seems to be a reddish mist that obscures any vision, that acts as a theoretical door. Your hand can go through it, but it obscures vision, rather than a gate leading to another plane of existence, for example.
Would arcane lock work on it? You think?
It doesn't seem that it would probably. You get the feeling because you're right next to it that you could probably just walk through this thing. The problem is what happens after you walk through it, not
Oh,
necessarily
I'm not trying to get
impassable.
into it. I'm trying to close it. Like arcane lock closes something, right? Like it locks it.
Yeah, if it is a physical door in that case of it has a lock or something of that regard. Think of this more as like a mist that is forming and blocking, not necessarily anything that has like a handle or something you push to open. It's just something you walk past and walk through. I don't think arcane lock would
Okay.
affect such mist in even though it's kind of in the shape of that door. I
Okay,
can
I'll
double
just
check for you, but I don't believe that's
if it
that
was a
way.
vault, I mean, my idea was to shove Fang in and lock him in there forever.
Fair enough. There may be a vault door past the mist. It's just the mist is not the vault
Oh.
door.
Okay. Well, this is stupid. I will. I'm gonna use my first attack action to grapple him.
Okay. Now doing a grapple is going to be in athletics, and I believe you have one level of exhaustion, so that is going to be a disadvantage. Would you like to still attempt that?
But I have champion.
Correct. So that
Uh,
should neutralize it, if I remember
gives
correctly.
me advantage on
Yeah, so
strength checks, so
a
it'll
normal then.
cancel.
Okay.
No, my athletics is a +2. This is stupid. So that'd be a pure, but I'm just gonna hit him with the sword.
Okay. Fair enough.
I've never had advantage on this Blossom's End sword. I don't know. I cannot roll advantage with this character, so or no, a crit.
Yeah, I was gonna say you definitely
So
have the advantage. It's just the crits do not
I don't know.
come so
Just
willingly.
do not get it because it's got this awesome ability if I crit and I can't do it. So booming blade first.
All right, let's see it.
Nope, miss.
That will just not connect.
Do it again.
Okay.
Miss. Okay.
Let's see.
I'm gonna go through the mist.
Okay. You step through the mist. As you do, I need a wisdom saving throw.
I'm dead. Maybe dead.
Manage to succeed for now. But as you see the vault door, you immediately feel something kind of echoing, but it almost feels like it's in the chamber of your minds. You are not welcome. And as that feeling goes through, as you survive a instantaneous madness, you feel the urge to retreat from the door. But it doesn't force you. It's not a dissonant whispers in that case. But you do get a feeling you cannot last for long without going mad staring at this vault door, and the mist itself is only obscuration to prevent others from being in the other room from having such effect. The door itself may be somewhat of a magical item in that regard. It's the feeling that you get.
Is there any symbols of Mystra on it, like the other stuff?
Yes. This whole chamber, I would say, as you avoid that madness effect and can get a chance to look around, is the origins of Mystra and tales of Mystra all along the sides of the wall from the beginning to the rebirth, all through the Faerunian lore to this time. And then the vault door itself seems to have the visage of one of Mystra's avatars.
So I will say before my turn ends, I am red. Created by the weave. Mystra is my mother. I am welcome here.
And you're not passing back through the mist, you're going to stay there?
I'll stay there.
Okay. Paragon will go. Gonna try to take down that Veros before he takes her down. 1d6 at the start of her turn. 4, she goes back for damage. Nat 20s on the first. Almost nat 20s on the second. And just misses on the third. So 2 attacks, 1 crit. Again, that'll be 4d10 and then 2d10. So that'll be 31 plus, so it'll be 59 damage on the first attack from the crit. Followed by, technically that's a little bit calculated wrong, but that's fine because it's not concentrating. So that's 32 plus 18 plus 2 plus 18 would be 50 plus 7, another 57. It's on death's door. But she was just not able to finish it off as she missed her third attack. Let's see. For clarification, she did only miss because it did use its reaction to parry. Fang will go. Replenishes legendary actions. Let's see. And turn this stuff off real quick. Okay. He will 30 feet each. Yep. Check. If he can do this one. Okay. He will raise his hands as he says, "Time to fry." Chain lightning will wrap around his hands and then begin to bounce from Darren to Ecclesias to Kalor to Paragon. Let's see. E is going to be down by default unless there's a response to this chain lightning. Don't know if E has a warlock slot
He has
remaining.
no spell slots. I don't know how he does the counter spell. Does he have to have a spell slot for that, or does he have a special
Yep.
warlock thing?
No, he uses it from his warlock slots.
Yep, he's out of those.
Alright.
No barbs. What's
So-
bottled respite? I don't think that's a reaction, is it?
No. That he could just jump into his. That's him jumping into his ring. Is that what that does?
He can't do that as a reaction.
No, I believe that is a bonus
Does-
or action.
Does
Fuck.
Ecclesias have hang on,
Yeah,
can you take exhaustion for
Mhm.
a warlock spell slot?
He could take his
Does
action
Ecclesias
for a
have-
warlock spell slot.
I might do that just because he's kind of fucked. Otherwise, try to save Kalor
Okay.
and Darren and the Paragon to try and do that. Alright, I'll do that to counterspell.
Alright, so it is an upcast, but he can only upcast to 5th level. That is, because that is where his warlock slot is. However, Chain Lightning is a 6th level by default, so that means he does have to roll a 1d20 plus his modifier for spell casting. Grab here. As noted,
Charisma.
that'd be
Plus
charisma.
5. So what's the DC?
So it'd be 16 DC because it's a 6th level spell.
Okay. Come on, Ecclesias! Don't suffer from read rolls. Here we go.
That is plus
Fuck.
5, 19.
Plus 5, 19.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. I'll give it to you because of the risk, so he will not respond back to that. Noticing the strain it puts. As he'll say, "You will not be able to do that forever." And he's going to... look towards Seraphine and say, "Bring that one back from the hall." 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fang's gonna finally move. As he's gonna step forwards here, begin moving on towards the party. Would be the end of his turn though. 1 level of exhaustion, and it is your go.
Oh fuck. All right.
Give me one second, I
think
gotta turn on exhaustion tracker on his. So that's why the sheet's moving around on your screen. There we go. You're good?
Okay, team. I'm thinking take this fucker out, and then we can focus on these fuckers. And that means Kalor can walk forward and maybe heal Lycan. Maybe, potentially. Copium. He's so many turns away. Alright, that's what I'm gonna launch 2 at this person. And then maybe 1 at this person. Let's.
Ping
Can
once
I?
again
Do I
for
have to
me.
decide before I attack?
Yes, you decide before you attack.
Or can I? Fuck.
Because there's 3 separate attacks, but they're all at the same time of you casting them.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do that. 2 for this one, and 1 for that guy. The north guy. So. Boom! Does
That's a
Ecclesias
good
get anything
start.
special if he crits?
I do not believe so, but he'll get his extra damage for his first attack for the turn. That's just a static though, so I won't double. But, oh, whoa. A 1 and a 2.
Tragic.
That is quite tragic. He'll get his proficiency bonus onto that attack. And that was on Velaros, correct?
Yes.
Alright, well, on the upside of things, because he adds his proficiency bonus, if he didn't add his proficiency bonus to this attack, it would not be lethal. But in this case, it is lethal.
Yeah! Alright, next 2 go on to Seraphine. Finish him off.
Not connecting, her shield will block it.
Last chance.
That'll hit.
Boom! And push back as well. I think they
Um,
were going that way anyway.
I was gonna say, if you push back, you might have pushed where she's trying to go, because Fang did order her to go deal with Red.
What
What
is
the
with your
fuck
rolls?
is
What the
that?
hell?
That
I'm
is,
cursed.
well, there's one thing that's happening that is not supposed to that is supposed to be there. It's supposed to add his plus charisma bonus, so that should be technically 6 here. It wouldn't have mattered for Velaros because he's gonna die anyway to that first damage with the proficiency bonus additional as well. But I think it's because of the roll 20 sheet that it's being a pain. But yeah, it should have always been 6 damage. Still, rolling a 1, a 2, and a 1 doesn't help. Damage is still damage. Let me see why that's happening. So, Eldritch Blast. Oh, I see. There is a Eldritch Blast that is correct, and there's an Eldritch Blast that is not correct.
I'm going off the buttons on his token. I don't know if his sheet's different.
Yeah, so that macro seems to not be working. Let me try this. I'll quickly fix that, but that's going to be movement or end of turn.
Do I even have enough movement to get out of anyone's range? I mean, I don't think it matters. I'm at 1 HP. Fucking- What's Darren's aura do?
When he's conscious, he adds +5 to your um, saving throws, and he gives you half damage to magic. Regardless of
Half
the
of
type.
1 is still fucking 1. So, can't take 0.5 damage, but, you know, maybe I'll just chill out in there.
Okay.
He's probably going to move on his next turn, but
That plus bonus to the save, though, would be good for if it's a save or suck damage, at the very
Yeah.
least. So.
alright, that's Ecclesis.
Alright. At the end of Ecclesia's turn, that is going to be 1 legendary action. And he's going to try to take down the current threat he sees, which is going to be Paragon after Velros got defeated. So that's going to be some Eldritch Blasts as it's 1 usage. 3. She will get hit by 3 of those. So that's going to be 18, 32. But it is force damage, so she'll take technically down that's 16. Instead of 32, but he will push her back into the wall, trying to just keep her away. As he's playing keep away from Paragon, it will go to Darren. He will activate Blade Song. Up here. Use his action for Lay on Hands to give him 35. And that is now back. He is now out of staggering, but only barely. Get up from being prone with Blade Song, now active once again. He'll move to contest with Fang. Try to put an end to these range attacks with a disadvantage. That'll be his turn as action and bonus action. Lycan. Let's see. Actually, before you go, he will purposely. Let's see. Did he have the movement to do so? 40. Yes. He would have positioned himself here to give you a +5.
Cool.
But that will still apply as noted. That'll be on a turn. Seraphine will go. Following orders. 1, 2, 3, 4. As it steps through, looking towards you, Red.
Does that need a wisdom saving throw?
It does not seem phased.
No.
It's gonna be a black and longsword targeting you. $19 will not connect. 26 will connect. 23 will just miss.
I'll use a shield.
Heard. It'll end its
My
turn
last
there.
level 1.
Adira's still trying to get him back up. Alpha's gonna go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Let's see. That's going to be a dash. He'll get himself here and kind of lean down towards Lycan with another usage of that potion. But he cannot administer it because that was a bonus action and action dash. Belros. Tive. Only one target in line of sight, so that's going to be targeting Fang, +1 from Gang Up. Open the wrong sheet. Here we go. That will miss on the first, 24 with Gang Up, will hit on the second. 9 damage is damage. Ty will get back in corner. Corner and walls are safe. Kalor, top of the turn order, it is your go.
Okay, and then I will whatchamacallit? Or Vitality. Lycan, get your fucking ass up.
Yeah, as Alpha's there with the potion of his head. Oh, you could have just done. As he ran in, risking life and limb into all of this chaos to go give him a potion, and then you just 30 feet away heal him.
No, I appreciate the sentiment. I'll just give him a like thumbs up. A for effort.
the eye roll of the century is upon this tiny goblin's face with big eyes. But he's still there. As Lycan, you regain consciousness on the ground, resetting your death fails and death saves as you see a potion above your face about to be administered.
Lycan's eyes glow red with frustration
And also blood.
and thankfulness and blood.
Heard. Kalora, that was bonus.
That was my bonus. I will shoot twice to Fang.
Heard. Go for it. +1 on your attacks. That hits.
Nice.
Good damage.
That doesn't.
That will not at 18. You are correct.
Okay. And then hang on. Okay. End my turn there.
Okay. Red. Reaction is back. Actually, before you go, my mistake. Legendary action would go off before then. It's going to be 2 legendary action usages to target Darren with that blade he was using against Red.
I'd rather be in the tunnel of madness than deal with that blade.
That is entirely fair. Especially when he crits with it.
Oh, he critted?
Yeah.
Darren. Nice.
I think we need to elect a new mayor.
That's what you're concerned about?
Be lucky if we make it back at all. Alpha's
Who's
gonna
gonna
take the
balance-
job.
Who's going to balance the Fandolin budget next financial year?
Alpha's just gonna take over. We owe him a village. We
Alright.
owe him a village of citizens.
Yep. He has one goblin to lead. He has the goblin polar master you kept around. His Gabo. He has his goblin to lead. His lieutenant. But
what if
Hmm?
what if Photo Master like ran for mayor as well? What if it's just like a rivalry?
could be. It could be the goblin feud of Enelin. Anyway,
Whoever survives becomes the mayor.
Fair enough. With that in mind, however, a blade will pierce Darren's chest. Unless, sorry, you know to try to respond before I commit to this?
I don't think I can respond.
Okay, fair. So with that in mind, then, the blade pierces Darren's chest, and immediately his helmet will fall off, beginning to dissolve. His old face beginning to kind of age quite quickly, and noticeably blood blackens underneath his veins, or underneath the skin in his veins, as he goes limp.
Shit.
Bring that down. Brad, it is your go now.
Okay. I will say to Seraphine. Is Seraphine the one that used to be a Mistra
Both of them were.
champion? Okay. I was like, say, you have forgotten your oath. And, Mistra should be guiding you, not Varangal, or not, Varangal, Fang. And, I will Blooming Blade Seraphine.
Okay.
Ugh.
In the middle of that,
Gross.
I also need you to give me that wisdom saving throw, as you do feel that compulsion.
Okay.
But it won't affect your attack rolls, regardless of the result for now. So that would still be a miss. Okay. That will not succeed this time. You do feel
Mhm.
as though you must use your movement before your turn ends to exit and leave the mist. You can stay. You'll take psychic damage, however. And you get the feeling this
Okay,
will get
well, I'm
worse.
gonna hit Seraphine again.
Go for it.
Oh my god.
That's not gonna do it.
Is Seraphine, Death's
She's
Door
staggering.
or
Not Death's Door, but staggering.
Okay, I'll short sword attack with bonus action. Nope.
So they won't do it.
Nope. I haven't hit anything.
Has 2s and 3s have been your company, sadly.
Yeah, that's right. One. Yeah, okay. Well, if I leave, I'm gonna get an opportunity attack, don't want I? On me.
You would get an attack of opportunity, correct? It'd be similar to like a Dissonant Whispers. It still provokes. But as now you could remain, you're gonna take that psychic damage. You're just uncertain of what's worse. The guaranteed psychic damage, depending on how much you're not certain, or the guaranteed damage if the attack hits you from Seraphine's blade.
Mistra wouldn't kill one of her own. I'm gonna stay.
Okay. I will roll the psychic damage. One moment.
Rolls a D100.
How many dice you roll?
If this was in real life, I'd probably be taking other players' dice.
Oh
He
shit.
is rolling a D100. He's rolling.
Oh, well, I'm
Alright.
not.
2D20s.
Not that many. I'm just exaggerating. It's still,
Okay.
it's not gonna be pleasant, but it's not that excessive. You're still standing, but it's 21 psychic damage. You're on death's door.
Oh, you're alright. She didn't kill one of her own.
No, you're right. Just give me a big headache.
Yeah.
She's like, get the fuck out of my house.
With that, that is end of turn. At the end. He's already at 3, so he can't do anything else. So Paragon's gonna go. She's not happy about the whole ordeal. His teleportation's working. Let's see, can she just get to him in range? And that's not giving me the ruler. That is 35. She is a 40 move, so yes. She'll just get right up to him instead of having to do that. 1d6, start of return. That's a 2, she'll heal 20 health. Via regeneration. That still leaves her in the wounded condition. For now, she won't get the extra damage. But she will still go for her normal combination of attacks. Chaos Blade, followed by a Blade of the Shifting Veil, followed by Chaos Blade. One of those will miss, but the other 2 will connect. It's going to be past his shield for both as well. So that is going to be 26 and 37 damage. For 63.
Jesus Christ. I'm glad she's on our side.
Him almost to wounded. And her turn. Borgin is slowly but surely making his way back up. As Fang will regain his legendary actions. Ye will. Let's see. Upcast that chain lightning. This time choosing different targets.
What happened to the initiative window? Did you just end the combat?
No, did it? Nope.
Oh, there it is. I freaked out for a second.
Nope, it might have just minimized it because I was trying to grab the line
Can
effect.
Eclipse take another exhaustion point to counterspell again, or is it too strong?
He could, but as noted, it is a higher level, so he'd have to risk the roll again.
I think it's a big risk if I don't do it. I'm sorry, Quinn. But I think he could easily kill 4 people with just that one attack. So I will do it.
Okay.
And if I fuck it up, I'm using inspiration.
It is an upcast, so that is a 17 DC. Currently a 9. You're gonna pass him inspiration as your reaction.
I'm gonna do that, yep.
Okay. And then while you're doing
Please.
that, let me check this to make sure this is working. The dice have cursed.
Fuck you, Lycan.
So up here.
I'm so upset. That's it. It's Jova.
That is going to be
He
Paragon.
can roll his lowest damage and he still takes 2 people out.
Kalor Alpha. Let's see. And oh no, that's right. It's not higher damage. Yeah, so it is gonna hit because it's 7th level, so 1 additional bolt. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 total. Plus 5. No, it hits everybody with a 7th level cast. He no longer has a 6th level. Alright. That will immediately drop Lycan E for now. I'll get the damage for the others, but I do need them to give me a dex saving throw. It is possible for you to pass, Kalor, so I will still have you roll me one.
What was the roll again? Sorry.
Dexterity saving throw. It's also possible for Alpha because it is a dex save, so he should
That's
survive
genius.
regardless. Bastard Genius succeeds, allowing you to succeed, meaning you take 29 damage out of 58, and you are at 1.
Holy shit. I'm at 1.
As you get a death throw, Alpha will not succeed, so he'll take half damage due to evasion. 29 will put him at just at death's door. But he is still up for the time being. But as noted, there is no saving grace for Lycan or for E. They will both go unconscious and be reduced to 0. And he'll no longer be in flight. I will say E was 10 feet off the ground, not like 15 or higher, so he doesn't fall and technically fall damage for the sake of an additional death effect. I'll say that he was just hovering enough, since there was no need to be that much higher currently. And then Paragon, dex save. One moment. She will succeed, taking the 29 instead of 58. That will push her further into wounded, but she is not staggering yet. She's getting close to staggering, though. That heal is the only reason why she is not. As that happens, let's see if I can change this up a little bit. We'll switch this over to here for that, and E. Death saving throw. Sure to whisper.
All right. Switch to GM. That says me, but that's just because that's who I am. But
Yep.
that is E's roll.
If you want to change it, there is in the bottom where it says as and the little drop down. You can select him and then do the roll, and it should carry over. That's how that works.
Okay.
Yep.
It's still the same roll though. It'll be whatever
still-
his proficiencies
Still
are.
the same result. The only difference is that technically with your cloak, you have that additional 1. He doesn't. That'd be the only difference. But not
okay.
enough to make a difference here, so that's perfectly fine. You can mark that, and then that'll be end of E's turn. Lycan, you can go for yourself.
Oh, that's right. Darren's gone.
Darren is gone, you're correct. Okay,
Is that
it
plus
al-
1?
It already factors the, if you hover over it, it already factors in the +1 from the cloak.
Fuck.
Close but no cigar. That would have been a success if Darren did not die there, because he would have had the +5.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. He only triggers his legendaries at the end of conscious creatures' turns, just as a note. I won't be too punishing, because I've already have been. Death Knight, red. It fights. It seems close red. You get the feeling as the hand shakes. The sword still tightening in its grip, but it does continue to attack. It does not resist the influence. That is a 19, a 16, and a 26 to hit.
Oh, okay. This is my absolute last spell slot. Level 2. Just shield.
Heard. That will stop it.
I'm out.
Alpha will complete what he was doing before and finish that potion. That is his last charge of this potion, as a note. So he won't be able to help E here, but Clor, you might be. Oh, sorry, Clor, I need a DC 14 con save before I forget from the half of
oopsie daisies.
29. Yeah. But that's 29 healing to you, Lycan. You're brought back into the fray.
Oh, thank fuck.
Okay, goodbye.
That will drop aura. There's no more potion. Alright. Now, let's see. You've used your reaction. I was going to say, nat ones don't apply if you use Flash of Genius, but you don't have the reaction to do it. That's tough. Alpha 5 would have been 12. It's a DC 14. It wouldn't have mattered. Never mind. Oh. But, Lycan, you are up. He will use his bonus action to also pull you up from prone. And
Thank you, my friend.
as you see him now looking even worse than you're looking, even though he gave you the potion, he is going to... So you're going to be non-staggering, you're going to be wounded. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's out of potions. He's going to flank and give Paragon as much bonus as he can give her. And that's going to be his turn. That's action and bonus action. Velros. Tive.
My man, my goat, let's do this.
5. Drop your magic healing arrows. It hits everybody.
The hero, the Tive. He crits.
That's my boy.
And he hit with a second attack, only thanks to the gang up. So that is going to be 10, 20, 30, 36 damage.
Fuck him up.
That will put Fang in wounded. Top of the turn order. Kalor, reaction is back. It is your go. Also, sorry, one more thing, clarification. Ty went back to his safe corner. Now it's your go at top of the turn order.
Of course, of course.
Had to make sure he was back in his safe spot.
Why would my goat do anything else? Like, okay. I'm gonna continue fucking up Fang. I hate Ecclesias. Oh, actually, oh shit, I fucking forgot to put, Branding Smite on. Okay. I'll Branding Smite and then I'll do one more attack. Oh, hey, look, that hits.
Okay.
Where is Branding Smite?
22 damage. Plus spreading.
And then I will continue to move myself here. And yeah. Okay. That's my turn. Red, don't fuck up now.
Do I do a saving throw?
That would be a wisdom saving throw. You are correct. Actually, before that, let's see. Has he expended? He has not expended his legendaries. He's going to expend a legendary. 2 of them, to be exact. To use the dagger. Or not the dagger, the blade. It hits Alpha.
Well, I guess we know he's gonna be elected.
No goblin debate needed. Alpha goes down.
Alpha was a hero.
Now, Red was
Just-
the
Weren't you gonna just do a mass goblin? Mass goblin grave anyway. Wisdom. Yeah.
You feel a sense of madness take over. I will get that for you in just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
The casual way he said that. Let me just get this madness for you.
Let's see.
I don't know why Mistra's been so hard on me.
She was hard enough to allow 2 of her dedicated members to turn into Death Knights. If it was of her own volition. But is it intended or unintended consequences? We do not know. Let's see. That is a 1d10. Okay. You experience vivid hallucinations, in this case I will say of Mistra being all around you, kind of looking down at you, as you have disadvantage on d20 rolls for the next round. You can make another wisdom saving throw at the end of turn to negate this effect. Otherwise, it lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to use my action to drink the entire chalice.
Okay.
So I didn't realize it was full. Hadn't used it yet, so I'll empty it. And so that brings me up to 50 HP.
As a note, you will take that psychic damage once again if you choose to stay.
Yeah, I gotcha. And I will try to prove Mr. wrong by attacking Seraphine with Booming Blade. Ugh, this isn't gonna end well. Nope.
That one
Nope.
also not connect.
I'm just gonna die here, so I'll just keep attacking.
Okay.
This is where I was meant to be. All right, I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna disengage. No, I can't disengage. I will go to the door and take an attack.
So not going out of the mist, but instead going to the vault door itself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That is a longsword. Is a 23 that will just miss.
Okay, then I'll put my hand on the door and ask for it to be opened.
Nothing immediately seems to happen in response, but you feel
What was it like?
some sort of
Is
connection
like a
towards the
handle?
door.
Okay. Is
It
it like a handle or
seems
something, or?
completely straight down. It looks like as though it's a push, basically, no handle or something like that. Just the kind of visual Mistra. You put your hand on it, try to push forwards. It doesn't seem to budge, but you do feel energy, as if something is resonating as you come in contact with it, but nothing immediately happens as you do so.
Okay, I'll stay there.
All right, you'll take the psychic damage then. One moment. That is 23. Paragon will go.
I'm hoping Fang is getting a little bit curious that I've been in there a while, and Seraphine hasn't come out yet either.
Let's see. Before her go, actually, does he have one more usage? He does. He has one more remaining. That's the end of a player's turn, so he is going to go for the disadvantage shots at Paragon to try to see if he can push her away. So first, disadvantage. 23 does connect against Paragon. I will knock her back. Turning consecutive shots to normal. Alright, so with that, that is 16. That is resistant because of her item, so that's down to 8. 12 down to 6 is 14. She did get crit attacked in the last of the blast, so that is going to be 12 down to 6, which would be 20. Then she'll take 3 necrotic damage as resistant from her own ability, so that is going to be down to 1. So 8, 6, 6, 1, 21. She is just outside of staggering as he does those blasts. Then it will go towards her turn, but we will have to take our 10 real quick and come back at 20 as a note. So you have to step away for a moment.
Ah,
Give me a
fuck
sec,
this
give me a
guy.
sec.
Kalor, do you have any healing abilities? Like, I know you have that shot
I
heal.
do. But that's an action. And that's like what? 1d6.
Yeah. Can you shoot yourself? Shotgun in the mouth. Heals himself for 6 healing.
Uh,
I've still got bandages, but like I can't get to you guys and heal you. And because of the fucking initiative order. Because I'm always after Fang. Fang always fucking does shit that fucks up everybody. And then I don't get to go because I get downed. And then I get healed, and then I don't get to turn because Fang goes before I do. I'm just gonna go all out on him. I've got spell slots left, but I don't know if it's worth it. Because I can either play cleric or play monk. They don't really complement each other. Yeah, it doesn't help that fucking Ecclesis goes before me. So even if I get him up, he'll be dead before my next turn. Before his next turn.
I don't know what I was trying to achieve going through this door, but see where it goes. You know that in the bag of holding we had a potion of lightning resistance.
Yeah.
Fuck Fang. I've always hated Fang.
Alrighty. Just extra moment on my end. Then we'll get right back into it. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know it was a labor holiday over here. So I had to quickly get everything set up on the camera side of things for my wife to use when she heads back out there.
I'm listening. I might have to switch to my phone. I'm up on my upstairs computer, but I'm gonna head down because I gotta look after the baby a bit. But I'll
Oh,
be
good.
still on.
Heard? So, with that in mind, Aragon will have her turn. 1d6. That is going to be. Let's see. 3. She'll get the extra damage here this time around. She'll move right back up to Fang to return the favor of him knocking her back here. Chaos, Shifting Veil, Chaos Blades. Let's see. Fang will actually shield himself as for the first time his kind of laughter turns into a brief hand raise as the shield stops all but one of the attacks, which for a nasty 30 damage it'll place him just outside of staggering. That'll be the end of her turn. It goes back to Fang. Let's see. Let's go, replenishes legendaries. What will he use? He will notice him kind of casting shield, and for a brief moment kind of raise his hand in defense. He'll kind of see his own hand and shake at it angrily as he'll begin to laugh and say, "What? You thought you were close? I haven't begun my trinkets," as he'll reach in, pulling out what looks to be a scroll, and activates it. As a swell of healing energy, almost near divine like, restores him. He appears to have all of his wounds mended by this scroll as it burns. That'll be the end of his turn, as it is his action to do. E. Death save for me. Perfect, yeah. Got the right time, shows the right name. Nice. Okay, you can mark that. I can Let me remove that unconscious counter because you are conscious and standing. There we go.
So he's at full health now.
Correct. He has burned a scroll from the vault and restored himself.
I can move up. How many, like, magical items does he have on his person?
I can actually grab you that here. He had the pouch, which had the scroll that he just pulled out of it. There seems to be maybe a space for another scroll or maybe small item in there. He had the necrotic blade that he had taken off of his belt. He seems to have the grab here. What looks to be a swinging heart of a medium-sized creature on his back, on his belt. And he seems to be wearing a ring alongside a noticeable cloak of protection. Is what you see that could be identifiable to be magical in nature. Knowing one because you have one worn on yourself.
So if I was to do my... I don't know if I've done it at any point in this dungeon, Dispel Magic, my 1 freebie. Would that just be 1 per item? It would, wouldn't it?
If you were to target the item itself, correct. If you were to target him, any magical effects that are on him that are active could get dispelled. But it wouldn't dispel, like, let's just say he has the Cloak of Protection on him. It wouldn't dispel the Cloak of Protection if you target him. But if he had a Ring of Shield of Faith, and he had Shield of Faith on, that would get dispelled.
And I don't know if that's a Ring of Shield of Faith. That could be a Ring of Eldritch Blast,
Yep,
for all I know.
correct.
He hasn't done any of the moves that he used when we fought him last time, right? These have all been new moves, so I think it's safe to assume they're all from the artifacts.
Could be. You known before that he tended to use more of his spell variety in the past. Now he's kind of leaning on the Eldritch, which seems to be more empowered than it was before. So probably definitely some infusements going on there. But as noted, if it depends on if it's an active spell effect or if it's a item effect. Then you have to target the item versus targeting the character or the creature.
Alright. I'm gonna
Double check.
use a bonus action. Is it... I've asked this like every combat, so I apologize once again. If I use a bonus action to cast a spell, and then I just attack him with my normal attacks, can I use my key to stun him if one of those attacks lands, or
Yep.
is that lost because I've lost a bonus action?
You can burn all of just make sure I tracked you. You can burn all of your ki in a single round if you wanted to. If that answers, I might have lost you a little bit there.
Yeah, it's just like if I cast a spell as a bonus action before my action, can I spend ki to do the bonus action things on my regular attack, or is it exclusively for the bonus action attacks?
No, your ki, your strike works on any attack, whether it's your attack action or your bonus action, using your ki point.
Okay, cool.
It's just your bonus action that you can use a ki point to gain one additional attack, technically speaking.
Okay, I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Healing Word, 2nd level. at Ecclesis.
Okay. Let's see. Fang will counter. Burning a third for a second. But that second had more
Mother-
impact.
Fucker. Alright, well, he's getting a fist to the face.
Sounds about right. Go for it. +1. If you step over
Fucking
1,
stun!
you'll get +2 as a note, but that crit is a crit. Stun coming up. Heard. One moment. Ooh, off of there, and then that is a con. That's not considered an effect. Heard. That is a 25 to succeed for the stun. But 15 damage goes through.
Fucking hate this guy. I'm going again.
Go for it. So if you have the movement to move one over, you can get the +2 instead of a +1 for flanking with Paragon.
Ah, right, Oppa's dead, my bad.
Yep, you're good.
Right, we'll go again. Can I flurry, or do I have to announce that beforehand?
Flurry of Blows would be triggered. As long as you make the attack action, you could use your bonus action, but you still use the bonus action to Healing Word. It was just countered.
Okay. Right, okay, so the flurry is the thing that I can't do for the actions. Alright, cool. That's a miss. Rip bozos.
Alright, end of turn. He is going to use 2 legendary actions. And use a blade on Paragon. That just hits. 22 is not enough to kill her. But she is staggering for the first time. As that blade seems to have that red aura increasing more and more now that there's more creatures wounded and staggering around it. That will be the end of the legendary action. As a response, Seraphine. Reaction is back. Wisdom save for itself. Okay. You will notice. Let's see. That is gonna trigger that, so that's gonna be some damage to her. Okay. You notice she succeeds her wisdom, fighting the compulsion for a brief moment. She will raise her skeletal hand, dropping the blackened long sword, holding the shield tightly, as she will say a name. It seems almost hoarse, as there's no really mouth, and it seems normally not able to speak as an undead, but its will to convey the magic of the weave allows it, as it says, Nixrith is a friend. The door opens to the vault.
Nixbeth is her friend.
Yep, Nistrict is a friend.
Oh.
as it opens, you will notice in front of you a large portion of a cavern system all on its own, a large pool of water, seemingly quite deep to the right, and almost a glittering golden light with different hues towards the left off of your line of sight as the wall blocks the view. But you'll get this feeling, a presence, an aura, quite powerful, but not entirely unwelcoming. Although, as you look back to Seraphine, Red, you'll see taking 10d10 worth of damage for resisting an order and carrying an action she was not allowed to do, she crumbles as it kills her. With that,
Oh.
Jiro's making her way. Theros. E, let's see, is still unconscious, so he will not notice Kalor.
Valorous is dead.
Give me a perception check.
As who?
Check.
Let me double check the range. 25. No, he's closest.
Oh, ignore that +2.
12. You feel that you heard something, but in the middle of combat, you're focused on Fang. It doesn't seem to alert you in time. Tyve. He's gonna step out. See Fang. He go blasting. As Tyve, the hero of none except Kalor, hits both times. 14, 14, 28 damage. With that, he'll move back to safe corner. And top of the turn order, Kalor, it is your go.
Okay. I will use my action to kill. Hang on, is it touch? It's touch. Fuck. Okay, I'm a bit of an idiot. Okay. Actually, hang on. Oh, I only took 20 feet. 20 feet of movement. No man. Okay, yeah, Clesus. Yeah. I'm not an idiot. Cure wounds level 2.
Heard. It resolves. Healing him for 9.
And then I'll bonus action get him up.
Heard. He is standing. And his tiny sprite legs that are still quite battered up. Anything else?
I can do nothing more.
Heard. Red. Vault is open. Seraphine crumbles into complete dust and ash, seemingly giving you an opportunity to move in.
Do I need to do a saving throw?
You do not when the door is open.
Oh, well, I'm gonna take a step in.
You will still have to do a saving throw at the end of your turn, just as a note, because that doesn't immediately suppress an effect already affecting you, but it doesn't continue to affect you.
Okay. I feel Mistress disappointed in me still.
Whether that's true or not, we don't know. But with that in mind,
Okay,
you step forwards, seeing the large cavern itself.
And I know there's a glisten around the corner, so I'm just gonna...
Quite large one.
I'm just gonna keep... I get to there, so I'll see what I can see. Oh.
Gold, silver,
Is that
platinum,
treasure?
treasure. A lot. Enough, probably, to disturb an ecosystem, But on top of that treasure is a thing far greater and far more deadlier to any civilization.
Oh. Is that a Draco Lich?
Worse. And that's not even the right size. 1 second. That's the right size. And it will seem inanimate for a moment, but its eyes will glow purple as you kind of match its skull. It gleams and glares at you. What do you do?
So it is animate.
It has now.
I will. Well, I've already expended my movement, so I'll repeat what the Death Knight said, which is Nixarith is a friend. I'm assuming this is Nixarith.
That would probably be a good
And-
assumption.
And I will introduce myself. Say, I am Red, servant of Mistra. I am here to banish these demons, these fiends from, I suppose, is your lair.
It will look towards you, and it will burn its reaction, in this case, to respond. 1 reaction to clarify. As it looks at you and says, 1 word, but it seems to side with you in that 1 word, as it mentions something in Draconic towards you. Let me double check.
I've got the helm on.
You do have the helm, so you understand it is the word Draconic of empowerment. Red, you have no status conditions on you. Red, you have long rested.
Oh.
Red,
I'll hit that button.
you have gained temporarily. These are non-recoverable spell slots, but you have now gained 5 5th level spell slots, 50 temporary HP, and all strikes until your temp HP is gone deal 1 additional d12 of force damage, as you've been affected by a Draconic empowerment spell.
Is that like what's that spell? That turns wizards into like warriors. Tensor's transformation.
Akin, but this one is a Draconic language, and as you know, for this setting, it's in this conversion, it is higher than regular arcane casting, as Draconians taught the others how to use magic that they were able to cast. This is a Draconian tier spell that it is using.
Okay, well I'll raise my blade in like a salute to it, and I will nod and say the works the job is not yet done. I thank you, and I will use my action to dash back down.
Okay.
Just made a deal with a dragon. Didn't even a deal. Oh, I get to 40, so I'm gonna go back to where I started.
Heard.
And I'll use my bonus action, because my spell slots are back, to Spirit Shroud.
Heard.
Turn it back on. Fang wasn't resistant to anything. I can't remember.
Fang has shown himself to be resistant to certain elemental damages, psychic, and non-magical strikes from
I'll
what
throw it
you've
on
seen
for-
thus far.
radiant on. Then.
Okay.
All right, that's my turn. I'll
Great.
BRB just 2 minutes.
You're good. End of turn. Last legendary action. 2, 3. Is going to take the disadvantage and try to pelt Paragon. Blast disadvantage. Misses the first. Hits the second. And even though there is a knockback this time because you're there, Lycan, you continue to oppose that disadvantage, which will cause that one to miss. So she will take 14 down to 7 with her resistance to force damage. Then it'll go to her turn. Let's see. She will gain an aura of 10 feet of necrotic energy as she approaches. She got that trigger for the first time. She will move up to attack. +2 from flanking. Chaos Blade, Blade of the Shifting Veil, Chaos Blade. That is a nat 1, just missing with gang up at 20, and a 32 with 34 with gang up. That will certainly connect. And that is going to be 21 of necrotic damage, which he will take normally. As that will be the end of her turn. It'll go back to his. Gains reaction. Gains legendary action. He will reach into that pouch that you had saw a moment ago, Lycan. There seems to be a potion with only 1 charge remaining on it. He shall take that as a bonus action. Grab here. It will put him out of being as close as he was to wounded, but he definitely still has some wounds. It was a powerful health potion at one point, but with only 1 charge remaining. It is now emptied. He will then use his action to activate a magic item, looking towards the ring, as it will seem to envelop him within shifting prismatic colors. That'll be the end of his turn. E. Conscious. Standing on tiny fairy legs. 2 levels of exhaustion.
He'll fly up however many feet. 10 feet, 20 feet.
Hmm?
And he'll just start blasting.
Oh, still whispered.
Take him off private.
I'll allow you to reroll that.
Thank you.
That will connect. Turns it to a 28. 11. You'll notice with a prismatic color, it deals 5 instead of 11.
What was that second one hit?
That would be a 25. That will hit. Technically, he should have had his proficiency bonus there as well, so that would have been 2 additional damage, and then that'd be 6 damage. That will also connect, and as noted, that prismatic color now surrounding him will also apply that resistance to that attack, reducing that to 7.
That's him.
Heard. Lycan. It's your go. Let's see. No, he's going to interrupt. Legendary action 2 at Paragon, then it'll go to you. Let's see. Blade. 27. 21. She is just outside of death's door relative to her health. By that attack. And with that, Lycan, is your go.
Is this prismatic form, is it getting wavered by the Eldritch Blast, or is it just reducing his damage?
It seems to apply resistance. You're not certain
Can
if
I
this thing
dispel it?
has a form of health. You could try, yeah.
Is he just gonna counterspell my dispel?
It would behoove him to do so.
Alright then, let me check my key points. I'm just gonna punch. Where am I? Hang on. Oops, sorry. Oh, he'll just counter everything anyway. Yep, I'm just gonna punch.
Okay.
Classic. Oop. It's meant to be Lycan.
Good. Those will not connect.
Bonus action. I'll just punch again.
Go for it.
Fucking fantastic. Yep, that's me.
Alright. At the end of turn, you will use 1 to use his cantrip, bring up to max 3. Just connects, does not connect. Connects. As Paragon gets knocked back, she is unconscious. She was not struck by the blade. She was just rendered unconscious by the Eldritch Blast. With that, Adira, Elros, Kalor, that brief moment that something you faintly heard was the clacking of bones as Velos rises once again in a wounded and crumbling state. He cannot move or act for this turn, but it seems as though if he pushes himself further, he can act once again, but disintegrating in the process over time. Tive will go. Goes for Fang. May the hero of Kalor crit. May he get the damage. He does not, but he will only hit once. That is half damage, you'll note, from piercing and lightning. He'll take 6. He'll move back to his corner before the top of the turn order. As Kalor, you notice Valeros returns. You see your allies barely holding on. Paragon getting knocked back unconscious right in front of you. Red still unknown about his whereabouts, with Seraphine still unknown due to the mist. What do you do?
Okay. Gonna Cure Wounds level 2 again. on Paragon.
Okay.
Okay, a bit better this time.
This will be countered by Fang.
Okay.
Can Ecclesis exhaustion level 3 counter?
He could. Yeah.
May as well.
Exhaustion level 3, however, is going to put him at disadvantage on any saving throws and attacks going forwards.
That's 3 long. That's 3 long rests as well to clear all of that as well.
Yep.
Well, hopefully, if we survive this, we can long rest forever.
Maybe not that way, but also yes. Long as forever might be a different
I'm
interpretation.
sorry, Quinn.
But that is countered by a counter. Because he cast at a 3rd level, not expecting anyone to have anything left in the tank, and technically he's pulling on reserves to do what he just did.
So
That
it
will
just
resolve.
counters.
The counter
Okay.
counters the counter, yeah. As English
So
makes sense. So
Paragon
21
heals.
healing, that's correct. Paragon does heal. She is
Bonus
conscious.
action, get her up.
She is standing.
And then I will. Force type to do something and stand here.
Okay.
He's gonna have a
Follow
jump
Ty's
scare of his
example.
life.
Yeah, he's like, it's not Fang. Okay, I'm alive. I can live. I'll live another day.
I'll just be like, you'll have a surprise soon. Don't worry.
All right. You do hear, not cracking of bones, but shifting of bricks as well as you get over here. As you end your turn. Red, it is your go.
Okay. Is that mist still covering the door?
Yes, yeah, that seems to just permanently stay there. It seems as though it was designed out of mercy, that it wouldn't just constantly, the door constantly wouldn't be affecting people whenever closed. So it's
I
not
see. It's a
necessarily.
blocker.
Yeah, like as noted, it wasn't actually like a door, but more so an obscurity.
Okay, so use my movement. I'll use 30 feet to get outside the mist.
Heard.
All right. And I will see what's going on. Oh, everyone's dead. Fang's there. And I'll say, you underestimate the mistress.
You notice Valorous is also back, but crumbling.
So it's 40. I can get to there, which is kind of annoying. If I was wearing the boots of celery, I could get there. What can I do? Oh, you know what? I can Misty Step.
Good.
So I'll Misty Step and get on the other side of him.
Go for it.
Okay, so just take off that spell slot. And do I get advantage of my rolls, or is a D12 damage if I hit him, right?
It's just a D12 damage if you hit him, correct? No advantage. But you did get the
Okey-doke.
long rest, the extra temp, and as long as you maintain that temp HP, the 1d10
Right.
the damage remains.
Did
Sorry,
the-
the 1d12, yeah.
Did the dragon bring my bird back?
No, but it did bring your slots back, so you could bring
I
it
know, I'm being
back,
cheeky.
but not with that.
All right, let's hit him. Let's miss him. All right, booming blade.
18 will
No.
not do it.
Possum's End short sword. No.
12 will not
That's
do
my
it. As you're like, you tell me,
I
you
can't hit
understand
him.
Mistra, and then goes to attack.
I'm dice cursed to this character. I can't hit
I
anything.
no, I think it's everyone. There has been very rare above like 15 rolls recently. There is a strange pattern right now with roll 20 that does not want to give the players anything above a 10. Varissa, is gonna go 1d6 at the start of her turn. She got the worst one for her at the moment. She's gonna get her aura back. Necrotic. Not the one she was hoping for. Let's see. She will hold her ground here. Bonus action, a potion for herself. And use her action to do her recharge ability of Balance Unraveled. Let me make sure she's in the right range, otherwise she'll reposition. She should be more than well within 30-foot range. Yep. Grab here. That is going to be 33 force damage and a potential blinded if they can be. Followed by her health potion. It's about the same size as Fang's. It is a much larger health potion than you've previously seen, relative to superior as it is a supreme. But a bonus action. Oh, that is almost all ones. That's not what she wanted. But it will keep her still in the staggering condition due to her overall health. Force damage. Save. Con. Death Knight fails. Varus is blinded, taking 33 damage. Fang. Okay. Con save. Succeeds. 16 down to 8 force damage and not blinded. That'll go on the recharge ability for her. She'll end her turn there as she recovers before getting into melee once again. Only thing she'll do is shift her step to stand in front of E, in front of Veros. Try to defend him. And after so many rounds, Kalor, a big friend that you haven't seen in quite some time, Forgan, throws himself back over the pit after climbing more than 200 feet this entire combat.
Watch out for the banana peel nut.
Immediately, Fang, legendary action, sends him right back down. As he climbs here, he's not a happy camper. He's gonna use his once a day ability of Iron Bulwark. And that is going to bring him immediately to half of his health. And activate a rage-like ability. And let's see. That's 40 feet of movement, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He starts charging up with his movement speed. As, grab here, Organ. We'll use his bonus action of aggressive to finish moving there to get into gang up. But he is out of the ability to attack for now. Recharges, and reaction is back. He will say, "The fools, all of you," and he will go to cast a spell. Chain Lightning.
Red, please. Red, please.
Yeah, I'm shooting for the button there. I'll counterspell him.
Okay.
Please is like dying, waving his hand up, trying to do something.
Alright, this is an upcasted spell. So a third
Yeah.
level, you do a third level. Um,
I'll use a.
Cause-
If I use a 5th level slot, will that help?
no, because Chain of Lightning is a 6th level spell to begin with, and he's upcasting past 6th level. If it doesn't meet to instantly counter it, you're better off just using a 3rd level, because the roll is going to be the same thing.
All right, I'll 3rd level.
Okay. This is a DC 18.
And what am I rolling?
You are rolling a 1d20 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, great.
Plus 12 for the dragon thing.
No, that's only a damage
So-
roll.
That will sadly not do it.
Mm-hmm.
Chain
Okay.
Lightning goes off. So, let's see here.
I tried, but the
Please
dice
just-
doesn't want to play.
Gives a thumbs up for trying as he gets
So with that,
thunderstruck.
Tried.
that is
Bug
8th.
zap.
So it is 4 plus 2, 6 potential targets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't have a 6th target within range, so it's just going to be Paragon, E, Oregon, Red, and Lycan. I need dexterity
I'm gonna
saving
absorb
throws. Okay.
absorb elements at 5th level.
You counterspelled. You don't have a reaction.
Oh, damn it. Okay. What was the point? All right, what dex save?
Yep.
Uh,
Oregon fails.
did I get above a 10? Oh, I did. No, I didn't.
That will also fail, sadly. So let's see. For E, it will not matter, sadly. Half damage is still enough for lethal. Not lethal, but unconscious. 27 definitely succeeds on Lycan's part, so it'll be half damage. And then Paragon, advantage since it's a spell. She also gets a natural 20, so she'll take half damage. And it is 43 damage or 26 at half. Let's see.
Wait.
No, that is actually just enough.
Hang-
Sorry, no wait. No, that's not right. It's 21 damage. You're alive. That's what I said. I knew there was a reason why you had a chance to make the save. Otherwise, I would have told you otherwise. My bad. Grab this here. Should give her back that 5 health. So yeah, you would be at 3 health. Yeah. No, you were at 26. You'd be at minus 21. You're at 5 health.
That's my
40
con save for Spirit Shroud.
Spirit Shroud. Okay, that would be 21 would be the DC because that's half damage. So you do succeed Spirit Shroud. And then Forgan failed, but he'll take half damage because he's in that rage state using Iron Body. This is once a day. So even though he failed, he'll take 21 still.
Oh, did you need Ecclesis? Is he dead anyway?
No, yeah, yep. He's just gonna go unconscious, as noted. He won't need to roll because it would go downhill either way. That is his action. That's gonna be end of turn. E, back to saves. Okay. Lycan. Death Store.
Is he out of the prismatic thing now, or is he
Nope.
still in that?
That's still going.
And he's got all his reactions back.
Yes, he just got his legendary actions back and his reaction.
Okay, that one. Does he have a legendary reaction?
No, he just has a reaction.
Okay. Red, are you going to be casting spells at him, or are you just going to be hitting him?
I'm just hitting him.
All right. I'll just hit him as well then.
Alright. You have a +3 now with Vorrigan there. 14 won't do it though. '18 will also not do it.
I'm just gonna bonus action summon my arms.
Heard.
Should have done
Okay.
that first. I might not get a fucking chance to use them. Actually, you know what? Cancel that. I'm just gonna fucking punch
Okay.
him.
Sure. I was gonna say, yep. I might as well just go for the damage. That one will connect.
Stunning strike.
Okay. '21 passes.
Fuck this motherfucker. Why even have this? What's my DC for the stunning strike? How do I increase it? I'm just whinging. Carry on.
Maybe an item, but let's grab here. I believe it should be though 3 plus 8 plus your monk, so that would be 16. A deer will also climb out. Why did okay work? Can I grab her token? There we go. As she finally gets herself sorted enough, she's immediately going to get to the cover, following Tyve's example. And she'll use her action to pop all of her charges on her potion. So that is 5 of... That's for 20. 20. 77 health. That is just enough to get her out of the wounded condition while also not affecting into her stop by the Weeping Angels effect. So that is going to be her action and movement. Bonus action to... she will not rage just yet. Doesn't want to lose that to... Oh no, she has Relentless. She can just keep that rage. She will bonus action rage to get that ready for next round. Belros is gonna go. Instead of regenerating, he does the opposite and degenerates as he loses health. He will step forwards. He is immune to the necrotic damage that he would take entering her aura. All three are going to connect. And he does seem to go quite lethal. So, as he strikes down Paragon in the first swing before she hits the ground, he hits twice once again. That does trigger 2 death fails. That will trigger an item on her. She will dissipate. But as you see a token of Velengar floating in the air, a beam of light seems to shoot out, completely just busting down this door in the process. And this creature must make a dexterity saving throw. Disadvantage. It's gonna just fail. That is 90 radiant damage, which is just not enough to kill it. As Paragon is otherwise killed, Varangal retreats her using his coin. And as it happens, it shoots out a radiant blast, taking almost Valeros with her, but just not enough, as he still holds on, still crumbling though. That will be the end of his turn. As he'll step forward, sorry, he'll finish stepping forwards and then end his turn as he gets into melee with E. Tyve will go. He's gonna peek out. He's gonna try to be the hero here. Tyve will try to shoot Veros to save E. That is both hitting. That is 19, 28, 34 damage. That is double what Veros had. So as he pops Paragon out, as Varangal's token activates, blasts him with radiant energy, he goes to step up towards E to try to do the same thing, but two lightning arrows from his longbow strike into Valros, taking him down completely this time, as his body will dissolve into ash rather than crumble into bones. He is out of the turn order now, for clarification. As Ty will look over to Kalor, thumbs up, and move back to the wall where it's safe.
God, I hope a fireball humbles this fuck.
It's the only time that you want your ally to get punished. Kalor. Yeah.
Okay.
I was just gonna say you could have made Tyve more annoying by having catchphrases like "It's time to pay" or "Time to die." Every time you fire
Nah,
something.
he's not that cringy. He's a good guy. He's just a bit awkward.
Let's tax him again.
That will do 2 revolver shots.
Okay.
Moving up if I need to, but that
You
shouldn't be
might.
disadvantage, right? Yeah.
Let's say double check your range because you're at 60 right now.
Yeah, I should probably write this down. One thing I haven't written down is the range of this fucking thing.
Which would be a good thing to have.
I think it's 40. Either way, I'm just gonna.
I believe it's 40 to 120 off the top of my head, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Gonna go up. Branding Smite. Gotta remember that. 2 revolver shots.
That is a +3, 17 won't do it. 21 just does it.
Nice.
Resistance?
7
Down
plus my branding smite, but level 2. Okay.
Down to 4. Resistant to radiant.
Oh, damage is damage.
But
Oh,
damage
and
is
then
damage. You are quite correct.
1, 2.
That damage
There
is
you go.
also enough to also get him to show signs of being close to wounded, just not wounded yet.
Nice.
And let's see.
And
Anything else?
in my turn though. That's
Okay.
all my actions, bonus actions.
End of turn. He will use 1 legendary action to Eldritch Blast each of the creatures within melee of him, trying to get some distance. That's going to be disadvantage shot at each one of you.
If he hits me, I'm shielded.
Let's see. It is a 27, so within. You don't have shield. It's just not your turn yet, and you have used your reaction.
Oh shit! I'm not looking at the screen. I forgot about the
You're-
orange dot.
No worries. All good. But that is going to be a 17 and then a 22, just connecting a disadvantage on you, Lycan. For 7 damage, you're just standing after being knocked 10 feet back. Vorgan takes 12 after being knocked back, which he'll take down to 6 because his iron body. And then Red, that is 16 into your temp and 10 feet back. Afterwards.
Oh, you know what?
Uh-huh.
I think my temp are gone because I subtracted 44. I subtracted the lightning damage from my main hit points.
Okay, so add that back into your main, and then your green is where your temp is. I put 50 in there, minus that damage into your temp first.
What was the damage from the lightning? It's like 40 something.
43.
All right, my dragon powers are already gone.
So yes, that will be -5, and then I'll go to the red. But you still have your spell
that didn't
slots
last long.
back, your abilities back, and your health back, plus surviving that. It just, you did lose the extra 1d12 of damage, which does hurt. But
All right, I can't hit anything. I can't
yeah,
hit anything
I
anyway.
was gonna say, with the way the dice are, the 1d12 had never been rolled. But it
We've
is
been
your
playing
go.
for 3 hours and I haven't landed a hit. All right, okay. I'm gonna go up and I'm going to Booming Blade him.
All right, you're down back to normal attacks because he is no longer gang up. That hits.
Did I get him? Oh, thank God. All right.
All
Plus Spirit Shroud. I didn't turn that
Yep.
on.
No worries, you can do
So
so
that's
now.
3d8.
Yep, you can just roll that on the
Roll
side.
manually.
Perfect. That is 13, 5, 10, sorry, 13, 6, 10, 5, 11, plus 10, 21 damage total after resistance.
So he's resistant to radiant. Sorry.
He seems to be,
Okay,
with his
well.
prismatic color around him at the moment, he seems to be resistant to all damages
hit him.
shown so far.
Not miss.
Correct?
Just checking if I have any clever bonus action spells.
All good.
No. Have we tried psychic on him yet?
Not
He's
recently.
resistant to it naturally. But
Right,
even with, I
naturally.
think the prism's just resistant to all damage.
All right, I'm just gonna hit him with the short sword.
And then let me check something real quick as well. That does not make sense. I might have found a reason why you might also be missing some of these closer attacks. Grab this here.
Have I been nerfed somehow by roll 20?
Yeah.
Great.
Your prof bonus is only a +2 at akin to level 1 because you have 1 level in fighter and your character sheet reset to the 1 level in fighter, ignoring your 8 in wizard, which you should be at 9th level with a higher proficiency bonus. So yeah, I noticed your roll and I'm like, why are you attacking like your bonus is like a level 1 character, because your sheet is actually giving you a level 1 proficiency bonus. You should be at +4 proficiency.
I've noticed that level 1 on that sheet for about the last 5 sessions.
Yep.
Like it says 1 fight. So I've been rolling with my hand tied behind my back for a while.
Yeah, you've been attacking with 10% less on all of your rolls and 10% less on all of your proficient saves and skills because of roll 20. So, but at least now you got it. Right. So if we fix your proficiency bonus, I'm just gonna set it to custom so that doesn't happen anymore. And that should, okay. So I didn't want to do it, then it did do it. There we go. Okay, now it's set properly. So technically, +2 should have been on those rolls. So that should have been an 18. That should have been a 11, and that should have been a 27. And then now your future attacks, saving throws, everything that's proficient should actually work properly. 27 hits, so you can roll damage for that one though. You did also put him in the wounded condition with that last attack.
Okay. All right. Let me roll my d6. I should go back and see how many times I would have hit him otherwise. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, I get another d8 Spirit Shroud. I've got that dagger. Yep. Boom. There you go.
All right. 4 is 8 plus 2 is 10. Further and wounded. We're getting there.
Thanks. All right.
Paragon is out of the fight. Vorgan steps forwards. He's going swinging. Good old Reckless. Let's see. Alright. Roll 20 is being slower than a snail. Vorgan just got a crit. Vorgan also hit the first time. That is 27 damage on the first attack, down to 13 damage. And his crit really didn't explode as much as it could have. That is 28-35, down to 17. So still 30 damage overall after resistance. Could have been otherwise 60 plus. Still good. Vorgan coming back into play. With that in mind... Actually, nope. He's missing damage. He should have 4 additional from his attack, so that should be -2, -2, so a total of 4 more damage. Because he gets that rage bonus from Iron Body being active. And now we're on the clock properly. Oh, at the end of your turn, before that would have happened as well, he's going to use the dagger on you, Red. But that's going to be the last of the legendaries. No, I will say that I forgot. He forgets. He's too angry.
Okay.
Bang will go. Replenish legendaries. And he's got the ring on. So that's active, so he can't do some of those things. He is out of those. He will... give you an opportunity to return the favor as he attempts to Misty Step. If you'd like to respond.
You talking to me?
Right? Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Oh, to counterspell him.
Because he did counterspell your
Yeah,
Misty
right.
Step before.
Yeah, I'll frustrate him.
Okay. It's the reversal with the empowerment. You now have the more resources than he has after he's burned them. So,
Well, he just has to go back and talk to a dragon.
yeah, it's just a free empowerment. It's the first, you get it once every 100 years for free. Afterwards, it just costs your entire existence. He will, in frustration, which will jeopardize him from other spell usages, burn his reaction to counter said reaction back, just to get his Misty Step to go off. But that is a second for a third, depleting his resources even further. And he will then follow up with his action, and that is going to be Eldritch Blast. Since that is a cantrip, he is going to target you, Red, with 2 of them, the last one at Vorgan. Coming up. Yours is normal, but Vorgan will be advantage because he did do the Reckless attack. That is 24, 30, and then advantage is a 23 against Vorgan, so that should all connect currently.
Can
19.
you
Huh?
can you subtract the damage? No, I'm just feeding the baby. I can't get to the sheet. Can you subtract the
Okay.
damage for me and just
Yeah.
take down that 3rd level spell slot?
Yep,
Thanks.
I gotcha. Just letting you know, it's 19 damage that you're going to take. Position himself here because he wants the angle. And that's going to be 10, and then 10 is 20 feet knockback. And then he would have knocked back Vorgan 10 more feet with that 1 attack and dealt 16 damage to him, which he'll take only 8 instead. Is of Iron Body, and then opening your sheet to remove the 3rd level. E, in the meantime, you can give me that save while I do this real quick to speed things up. Okay, you can mark that for me.
Is that a disadvantage because of the exhaustion, or is that no normal?
Yeah, it is saving throws. You are correct.
Should I roll like, one more
One-
for
one
the
more time, yep.
first death save?
Correct. Yeah, it would just be one more time just to see if it turns red in that regard. But you can mark that,
Okay,
and
so
then
I'll update that. I'll retcon the first one then, and just take that second one as.
correct. Yeah. Technically, there's no way
I'll
to
roll
really
one more
roll it
time.
on the sheet at
It doesn't
disadvantage,
matter.
so you have to hit twice anyway.
Yeah.
Lycan, your go, Death's Door, but still holding on.
Okay. Fucking. I'm just gonna rush him. You'd think I'd take this opportunity to dispel him, but I'm just gonna punch him.
Okay. He can't shield because he already burned his reaction, so hey, look at that. We're hidden.
Stunning.
Hurt.
Surely I get him this time.
Also, 1 second. This can't be happening to multiple sheets. Oh, let me double check something one quick, because this won't matter. Your prof bonus, Lycan, should be a 4 at level 11 from 9 to 12, but it is showing as a 3, which means it messed up again because the multi-class and lowered your proficiency bonus.
So we were all nerfed.
Yeah, anyone who's multi-classed, it
Except
looks
for
like.
me, baby.
Yeah, anyone
Get
who multi-classed
fucked.
seems like they got nerfed
Well-
on their proficiency bonus. No, he was
Well,
fine.
that tracked.
He was fine. It was just the two of you that got affected. Yeah, you were attacking with a -5% or the -5 reduction, and then Red was attacking with a -10 reduction on attack rolls. That does track. All right.
How many low rolls I've rolled this campaign? The last 5 levels. But
Alright.
does he survive the stun?
Let's see. 10 down to 5. Con coming up. That is a 19. Beats a 16, I'm afraid.
Well, another fist's coming his way.
Hurt. That will connect.
Last stun. Maybe he'll roll a 1.
Okay. He fails.
What'd he roll? Yeah, baby! That's what I'm talking about.
He is stunned until the start, or double check it. I think it's the end of your next turn.
End of my next turn.
Right, yep, okay. Perfect.
Get his ass! Alright, bonus action, punch!
Okay.
Do I even have to roll, or is it just max damage?
No, it doesn't trigger as max damage. You're thinking of paralyze. For like a
Is it
crit,
crit?
things like that. Yeah, so the paralyze, it's automatic crit. For a stun, it's just advantage.
Alright, I'll roll that one. Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay.
Ah! I thought it was crits all the way for stuns.
You're thinking of paralyze. If the creature is paralyzed when it's hit within 5 feet, it's considered an automatic crit. They still have to hit, but when they hit, it's an automatic crit. For reference.
Well, get 'em, boys.
Just as a note, you can see those two here, and the Roll20 condition list here, just as reference. I always keep that open as a side thing. Let's see. You know what? I'm gonna give since you had 1 reduction, I'm gonna give you 1 DM inspiration, Lycan. You had 2 reduction, Red. I'm gonna give you 2 DM inspiration. You guys can use. Would you like to use that immediately for one of those attacks that did not connect, or would you like to use it for something else? Lycan?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Go
gonna
for it.
use it straight away. I'm at 1 HP.
I said you could use those on death saves. So potentially get yourself back up if they knock you down, but 22 hits. Okay. Also,
Man.
just to clarify, the ring does not appear to be an item of concentration, so that is still going on while he is incapacitated and stunned. Just for reference. That is just a duration
Lovely.
thing.
Alright, get 'em, boys.
But you just got him to staggering with that last punch on the inspiration.
Lycan's punching crazy times.
And did I hear upset Adira? Yes, I did. Because he threw her down 200 feet. Nearly killed her. That's gotta be a Stormbreaker Great Axe if I've ever heard one. The good old Divine Fury and a Rage. And a Reckless. Just a good old taking 29 or 29 to hit on top of a good old crit with critical. Brutal critical on top of that. And also applies Thunderous Strike on top of that. Save, con, Ails. So that is 20, 31 on the first attack, down to 15. Followed by the crit on top of the Thunderous Smite, which is 17 down to 8, 9 down to 4, which is 12. And that would be one more, so it'd be 13. 13, then 31 damage down to 15 is 28 from 13 plus 15. She play. Oh no. No, 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 no. He's on death's door, and looks whose turn it is. Oh. The dice.
Kill his ass!
This dick's been the main character all along.
Hive the Hero is gonna be his name after this battle.
You know, Tive has had his own autobiography. He's been his own main character, and like the whole story has obviously been about nearly, as we talked about before, 60 sessions of just Tive this entire time. Tive's gonna go for his shot. Tive
Please tell me.
hits for 9 damage before reaching for his second arrow. 9 damage after reduction for clarification. He got 17 plus 1. Reaches for his second arrow and realizes he's out of arrows.
No.
And moves back into cover as Kalor,
God.
it is your go
He's
as he failed to kill him by 1. It is your turn. Top of the turn order. That will start.
Don't forget advantage.
He does have advantage, but you could roll advantage. Let's see if you crit. Just for the rule of cool factor. You do hit
rule
though.
of cool.
Sadly, no. But the most important question of the night is, how would you like to do it?
Kalor's done with his shit. Blood and like just gushing in one eye. He looks over at Tive. At first he was like a cool man, but now he's kind of gotten shit. Like so Kalor puts one hand in his pocket, enters that you know that Olympics guy, doing one hand
Oh,
pocket.
What?
yeah.
The gun, yeah.
The breakdancing lady?
No.
No,
The
the guy with the gun.
the guy from Turkey,
I'm
if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Just aims down sight. And then bang.
Alright. As that headshot goes through Fang, he'll say, "I'll see you in the hells," as he then dies as his face gets blown off. And he
Lycan will
drop.
say, "You won't see us where you're going."
Perfect.
Well,
then-
everyone that did the Fey genocide will.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you will see him
Not
in the
just for
hell.
giving him to Varangol,
Well, just saying.
And
the
then
place that he's going. When we die, we won't be there because he's going to Varangol's place.
Yep.
and then after that, Kalor says, "Fuck this, fucking," and then just passes out.
Okay.
We out of initiative, or are our allies going to turn on us?
No, time was
We
a
have a-
secret. BBG comes out, takes out. No,
Well,
combat
if
is
everyone,
over.
you got some more in the tank. There's a dragon around the corner. Let's go do that.
Yeah, let's go do that. Probably not. Can I have to say? Do not suggest. Very rare occasion where I will inform. But with
Like it's going to run to Ecclesis and heal him with healing bandages.
that sounds good. Cause I was gonna say he is wasn't looking too hot. If I remember correctly, yeah, he was at good old 2. So he lives.
Yes, retroactively. He was doing pretty well for the most part.
Yeah, just towards that end there. But with that in mind, for sake of time, as we have reached 3 as we come back, we will leave it there to leave more to be said as we mourn the losses of those that we have lost, and also figure out what's going on maybe behind, or maybe leave things as is after what was seen. But maybe one will go and speak to what's beyond the door if the rest of the party decides to regroup instead and let old secrets lie. But we'll figure that out next time.